What's going on, guys? Recon here. Today I'm going to be showing you guys exactly what it says in the title, okay? It is literally like you're going to have dead silence all the time, okay? Now, a lot of the big streamers are using this tactic. They're just not really telling you about it. Now, some of them you can pick up on their cues. Like I picked up on Z-Laner, okay, which I'm going to show you guys momentarily using it. And he actually explains why he's using it. And it kind of like popped a burst, like a bubble in my head. I'm like, man, you know, I've been walking around and things like that and trying to stay quiet, but this tactic is absolutely unreal. And it's actually very simple. So first I'm going to show you guys running and how loud it is. Okay. Now I'm going to show you walking. Alright, pretty quiet. Make sure you guys turn your headphones up or your screen so you can hear this. Alright, that was a little bit quieter, right? Now we know crouching. Very quiet, right? Almost undetectable. Until you get like maybe on some stairs and stuff like that. Okay, now let me show you this. Not a single sound. When you ADS and move around, you are literally dead silent. Look at this. Even the stairs. Cannot hear me whatsoever. It's crazy, and you're able to walk around the entire building. And so I'm going to show you guys how to build your weapons, okay? Because that's what a lot of these guys are doing. They're building their weapons to give them the movement speed while they're ADSing, okay? It's a perk that is literally on all of the Cold War weapons for sure. I have to go back and take a look. Pretty sure they've got it on a lot of the Modern Warfare weapons as well. But it's just called, you know, aim, walking, movement speed. That's literally all you want to build it with. You want to build it with aim, walking, movement speed. And you can literally walk around like this. Now, when you duck and you do it, it is not a peep, especially on stairs. It is so quiet, guys. Okay, so like I knew that it was kind of a thing, right? But I never really paid attention to how strong this is. Okay, it is super uber strong. Like, listen to these stairs, man. Right, that's normal. Right, crouched. You still hear them a little bit, right? Standing up, walking. Not a sound. Not a sound. So like literally as soon as you get close to the building, you can literally just start ADSing and right away. Like as soon as I get somewhat close to the building, start doing this, they don't know I'm coming. Okay, they have no clue where I am. Peek the door. Give yourself away a little bit, but look. No sound. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy, guys. So next I'm going to show you guys a couple clips here. Let me show you Z-Laner, then I'll show you a couple clips of myself using it, and then we're going to get into the build and how to build different weapons with this and how to best utilize the aim, walking, movement, speed. Alright, guys? Moving on.
I'm going to ADS here, so I move very quietly. Take this guy out.
Alright, guys, so here I'm going to show you guys how to do a couple different builds. I'll show you the Mac 10. Actually, that's a lie here. Let's go to... We'll build the Mac 10 together. I actually haven't built the Mac 10. We'll go over it. But let's build the FFAR, because this one I already have pre-built, okay? Basically for this kind of movement. Now, right now, the muzzle is broken. The agency suppressor is broken, okay? If you watch any of the J-God's videos, he basically does all the testing. And you can see in the cons below there that it actually even tells you what they did to it. Affects the effective damage range and the bullet velocity. Not really sure why they've done this. Kind of leaves the Cold War weapons in the dust when it comes to Verdansk because, you know, the monolithic suppressor is just so overpowered for the Modern Warfare weapons. So I'm not sure if they're going to revert back. I'm sure they are. I think somebody mentioned in one of my... on one of my videos in a post below it that they've actually tweeted about fixing this. So I'm sure this is going to change back pretty soon, all right? So with that said, the agency suppressor will be the build when that comes back, and you'll just lose this mounted flashlight, okay? and you'll put that on. But for shits and gigs right now, because the muzzle's broken, we are going to use the barrel right here. Okay, so we're going to use the 20.3-inch takedown barrel. The other ones take away from your aim, walking, movement speed, and that is exactly what we don't want right now. Okay, so a lot of these other ones, like the task force doesn't, but it's not the best one to use right now. I'll show you the stats right now. I'll flash them up on the screen. Yeah, here's JGod's basically results for bullet velocities. So task force is not the way you want to go right now, and we kind of would want to use maybe the reinforced heavy, but the problem is that the reinforced heavy takes away from your aim, walking, movement speed. Okay, so we're not going to use that. Same thing with the ranger, it takes away from your aim, walking, movement speed. We don't want that, so we're going to put on the takedown. Okay, the takedown is actually one of the better bullet velocity barrels, so we're going to use that. And we're going to not have any aim, walking, movement speed cons, okay? Like, it's not going to give us any penalty there, so we're going to use it, all right? So first, that's our barrel. Now, the little bonus item that we get to use because the muzzle's broken is right here. Kind of up to you if you want to use the mounted flashlight or this Tiger Team Spotlight, okay? I haven't used the Tiger Team Spotlight yet. The flashlight kind of gives, like, your position away as you're, like, creeping in, but, I mean, it's not too bad. Flashlight visible to enemies on either one, you know what I mean? This one takes away from your aiming stability as well, and this one doesn't. So that's why I'm using the mounted flashlight. All right, so putting on the mounted flashlight gives you aim, walking, movement speed, and movement speed, exactly what we want, both of those, okay? Moving over here to the combat stock, there are two options, okay? There is the Raider stock, or you can use the combat stock. Both give you firing movement speed, aim, walking movement speed, and ADS. This one gives you ADS, firing movement speed, and this one gives you sprint to fire time, okay? Now, the only difference is that the combat stock gives you the least amount of hipfire accuracy penalty. That's why I choose it, because it's still a better option for hipfire than the Raider stock, okay? So you guys make your decision there. Kind of up to you which one of these two you want to pick. Do you want to take more of a hipfire penalty, or do you want to have and you lose out on a little bit of accuracy, right? Or do you want to take this up here? You know, you basically get all of the perks that we want and a tighter hipfire accuracy, okay? Moving down here, your underbarrel, all of these underbarrels are, in my opinion, broken still. Like, they're not really doing what they say they do. It's very, very minute if they do. Like, the field agent grip says that it gets rid of horizontal and vertical recoil, or like helps with it, and it is such a small amount. If it does, it's nothing, man. It's like all of these grips, when it comes to recoil control, not really doing much. Some of them give you more penalty, right? Like, you know, than the other ones, but when it comes to actually fixing, like this foregrip, it says it takes away horizontal recoil. The field agent says it takes away horizontal recoil. The speed grip says it takes away horizontal recoil. Like, there's really not much going on for that. It comes down to it. If you're worried about recoil control, the speed grip is the way to go right now. But the bruiser grip, also not too bad, and honestly, it gives us that movement speed, so that's why I've chosen it, and it's kind of gives us the hipfire accuracy as well, so it kind of fights against that combat stock that we had, okay? So that's why I'm using it, all right? So it gives us movement speed and some hipfire accuracy. You could maybe use the patrol grip or the infiltrator grip, okay? You could use one of these if you really wanted to. The infiltrator grip might be the other better option because it gives you that movement speed, and the patrol grip gives you that sprinting movement speed. But for our build, infiltrator and bruiser are probably the two best. All right, so we got the bruiser. Moving on to the ammunition, gonna have the 50 round fast mag in there. It's gonna give us a little ADS penalty, but that's okay. We need the 50 rounds for Verdansk. All right, guys, so that is the build for the FFAR. Now let's go take a look at the MAC-10. All right, guys, so here we are with the MAC-10 build. Now, I just can't bring myself to take the agency suppressor off this thing. We know that on the FFAR build that I just showed you guys, eventually you are going to revert back to using the agency suppressor when they fix it again. You're going to get rid of course, that laser that we had on there. But for, you know, just kind of for future reference, we know that we're going to have the agency suppressor on, so I'm going to leave it on anyways. So that's what we've done here. Left the agency suppressor on because we know that this thing is going to be basically meta for any weapon on Verdansk. You can switch it if you want to. I might maybe put the muzzle brake on, or the infantry compensator if I was going to change it out. Okay, but just don't take away from your like ADS firing movement speed here. The SOCOM Liberator does that. Okay, don't use any of the ones that are going to take away from your movement speeds too much. Okay. Moving on to the barrel, we're going to use the task force. It is the best for this build. It gives us the damage rate, the bullet velocity, and the strafe speed still. Okay, so you got that strafe speed on there. So basically, when you're ADSing, you're strafing still quickly as well. So it kind of gives us that sideways movement that we want. And it says that it gets rid of some vertical and horizontal recoil, which I really don't think it does much there. But when you look at these other ones, they take away from movement speeds. Okay, this one takes away directly from movement speed. This one directly takes away from your aim walking movement speed. This one, same thing, aim walking movement speed taken away. Cavalry Lancer doesn't. Maybe that's a viable option. I don't know. And then the extended here, bullet velocity, is all it really affects. Okay, but it takes away a little bit from your mobility, as you can see. Not really sure what it's doing there, but some testing needs to be done. So in this case, the Task Force 5.9 barrel is the best for this build. Moving over. Combat stock. A lot of people have been building with the combat stock lately anyways, and I'm pretty sure that's why they've been building it with this, because they know that walking while you're aiming is just so quiet that it's the best way to go when infiltrating a building. So here it is. Okay, it gives you the aim walking movement speed, the ADS firing movement speed, and then the force the firing movement speed as well. You could use the Raider stock, same thing like the other FFAR options. Okay, the last two basically give you the option, okay, to do this, but of course on the Raider stock, a little bit more of a hip fire penalty than the combat stock. Okay, so we're gonna use the combat stock. Over here in the grips, once again, you can kind of make your choice. Just pay attention to how you're building and what you're doing to the pros and cons. Even though these are all messed up and a lot of them don't even do what they say they're doing, but the striker grip, for my opinion, is probably best. Like I said, you can get that movement speed and the hip fire accuracy. If you want to put the patrol on, go ahead. Red cell, also not too bad, but it takes away from your movement speed, so no good there. Foregrip, horizontal recoil, no good. We does not want to help us. Field agent, we all know. Also takes away from your ADS fire movement speed. Okay, that's another con. And then we've got the speed grip here. It takes away just directly from your movement speed. So none of those that we want to touch. This one gives us the movement speed and the hip fire accuracy to kind of fight against that stock again. Okay, ammunition, using the fast mag, the Salvo 53 round. All right, takes away from the mobility, obviously, but you're going to want to use a mag that has the 53 round. You could move over to the 43 round drum. Okay, it seems like it gives you a lot more mobility than the 53 round, so it's kind of up to you if you guys want to do that. You could use the 43 round speed mag as well if that's something you really wanted to do. But I find that this weapon, we move pretty quick when we're aiming down sights anyways, which you'll see in some of the clips I'm going to show you. So kind of up to you. Like if you want to run that 43 round drum, I mean, go for it, man. You're going to be a little bit faster, and it might be the way to go. Same thing with the 43 round speed bag. Not much of a difference in mobility, but it is giving you a little bit better mobility there. But I like the Salvo 53 round fast mag, okay? So that's why I'm going to use it, all right? So it's the best build, in my opinion, right here, guys, for the infiltrating a building and trying to move in quickly and quietly. All right, so let's go take a look at some clips. But before we do that, just want to remind you guys, thanks again for all of that support, guys. You guys have been doing unreal things, commenting, hitting the like button. Like my followers, like you guys have been hitting that like button for me, and it helps me out so much. You guys have no idea how much that helps this channel when you hit the like button. So thanks again for hitting the like button, guys. I appreciate it. If you guys are new and considering, I would maybe hit that sub button. There's lots of videos like this, guys. I'm trying to help you guys out as much as I can, trying to pass information from wherever I possibly can find it, and then of course do testing myself when it comes to like the Cronus and things like that, and helping you guys out. So please hit that like button, hit that sub button, guys. Thanks again so much for your support, and let's move on to some clips. Quietly move in on him. Still has no clue we're behind him. Pull the trigger. Like I had no clue that we were behind him. Not a clue. Still no clue that I'm out here. Moving right in on him. Wow. We got our free kill. We got our free kill just like that. Like, you know, just no sound, right? He didn't know it. Obviously, if I was running out there, he would have heard me, but this cat had no clue that I was coming. Down low. Got a guy up here with us. He has no clue we're coming in behind him. Just gonna keep moving on him. Quietly moving in on him. Right below us now. Not a clue we're here. Just moving in silently on this guy again. Not a clue that we're here.
Be advised, UAV is bingo fuel. RTB for resupply.
I think this guy might try and camp in here. I think he just ran right... This cat just ran right by us. That guy just ran right by us. Not a clue that we were there. This guy's looking for loot, it sounds like. We're gonna go for him. Not a clue that we were coming there.